What you see here is perhaps the most hidden driveway to a house in the whole world. When it's closed, you wouldn't suspect anything beneath the meadow. However, when the entrance is open, it leads to an incredible house. In addition to this brilliant hidden house, in this video we also want to show you 9 more of the most incredible hidden houses in the world. Among them is a movie-ready house that requires close attention, a habitable underwater villa, and much more. So, it's going to be truly intense. We start in the middle of the California desert on the edge of Joshua Tree National Park. At first glance, apart from the desert, you see almost nothing here. And that's precisely the intention of the so-called invisible house, which stands far away amidst the rocky landscape. The invisible house has been designed with huge mirrors and glass surfaces in such a way that it almost blends in like a chameleon with its surroundings. The idea behind it is to provide nature with a stage. The house changes its appearance depending on the season and weather. However, it's not only impressive from the outside, and it's not just an art project. In fact, the invisible house is a real residence with over 500 square meters of living space, and these are equally impressive. Among other things, there's a 30-meter indoor pool for bedrooms and a huge living area that consistently provides a stunning view of the landscape. Now, you are probably wondering who would build such an unusual house. Behind it is film producer Chris Hanley, known for movies like American Psycho and Spring Breakers with Selena Gomez. He had the Mirror House built 4 years ago as a home for himself and his wife. However, he no longer lives there, and the invisible house is up for sale. If you want to move in, you'll need to put approximately 18 million euros on the table. The next house on our list is hidden in a completely different way. Instead of glass and mirrors, pure rock dominates here as the material. The American, Steve Demarest, actually spent countless hours over 12 years carving a complete house into 2 massive rocks in the Cascade Mountains near Washington and furnished it comfortably. When he discovered the rocks a long time ago, he immediately had the vision of living in them. However, he never had a proper plan for what his rock house would ultimately look like. Instead, it was the rocks themselves that told him what to do during his work, and so his house gradually took shape over the years. Today, the rock house features a bedroom for 2, a kitchen, and various living spaces with rustic charm. Bathing and washing can be done here thanks to fresh water supplied through pipes from a nearby stream. This water source also allows for flushing the built-in toilet. Electricity is available, and of course, there's a cozy fireplace as well. To discover the next hidden house, you don't need to search among rocks. Instead, you have to go to an upscale residential area in Cheshire County, northwest England. Rich residents here had long been annoyed that newly built houses were obstructing their beautiful views from their luxury villas. So, at some point, a construction ban was imposed, prohibiting the construction of large new houses on open land. However, what the new regulation didn't prohibit was building underground. An estate agency came up with the idea to create not just an underground house under a neighboring property, but instead to build the most luxurious underground villa in the entire country. To enter this villa, you must first go through an inconspicuous door of another house and then descend a long staircase from there. The view you get deep underground is simply incredible. In fact, the underground villa spans almost 400 square meters and offers absolute luxury. Among other things, there's a huge living room, approximately 170 square meters in size, offering all amenities, a fully equipped bar, and 3 bedroom suites. Daylight comes from above through a gigantic round skylight embedded in the ceiling. The underground villa is completed by a whirlpool and a car lift, allowing you to comfortably descend underground with your luxury car. So, let's move on to another house which most of you probably know from a movie series but actually exists in reality. At first glance, you only see wilderness. But if you look closer, in the midst of nature on a hill in the US state of Washington, you'll find a hobbit house, just like in Lord of the Rings. The tiny house specialist, Christy Wolf, who earns her living by building and renting out particularly unusual small houses, searched classified ad portals for cheap land for a long time to build a real hobbit house. After finding a piece of land in the wilderness that was over 20,000 square meters in size for the equivalent of only 18,000 euros, she built this homage to the famous fantasy film series. When you open the round green wooden door, you gain access to a simple and rustic yet cozy house that fits perfectly into nature. Despite the small size of the Hobbit house, you don't have to do without anything here. In addition to a sleeping and living area, there's also a fireplace and a complete bathroom as well as a kitchenette. Christy Wolf paid great attention to the furnishings to ensure that guests staying here truly get the feel of being in a movie, using mostly materials and decorations that are worthy of the fantasy series. The next hidden house on our list doesn't look quite as cozy as the Hobbit house, but as they say, tastes vary. What appears from above to be just a long swimming pool, strangely deserted at the edge of a cliff by the sea, turns out to be a complete house when viewed from the sea. This house is embedded in the cliffs and its roof is the swimming pool. Originally, two architects designed the house called Casa Brutale in 2016 only on paper, intending to break the internet as they put it. In other words, they wanted to provoke with this curious structure and never actually build it in reality. Initially, most people simply laughed at the architects because no one believed their plan could be feasible. However, after a while, investors stepped forward who were willing to build the nearly all-concrete cliffside house with a swimming pool roof. However, in the 7 years since it was designed, the 270 square meter house, offering a magical view of the sea from the front and a view through the glass swimming pool into the sky from above, has not yet been realized in reality. But what does exist since 2018 is hidden beneath the floor of this rather unassuming house in the sea, accessible by a long jetty below the house at the seabed off the small Maldivian island of Rangali. Hidden here is the world's first underwater villa named Magara, which means coral. Located 5 meters underwater, it offers a 180-degree view of the fascinating fish life of the Maldives, all while comfortably lying in bed. The fully equipped underwater villa can accommodate up to 9 people and even has its own fitness room. If you want a vacation here with a few friends, you should have the necessary funds, as a single night costs around 30,000 euros to 50,000 euros. Moreover, you can even watch fish through the window panes while using the toilet. By the way, it's not only some houses that can be hidden. More often, architects also try to conceal garages. A brilliant way to hide garages is through the automatic ramp system. This special system allows garage entrances to seamlessly blend with, for example, ordinary driveways. As if out of nowhere, a portal opens here that you can drive your car into, automatically transporting you deep underground. The automatic ramp is also perfect for combining with underground houses.